Haiti. So this video will be a continuation from part 2 of the shenanigans that Jessi has been up to since my first video dropped on her, because she has posted nonstop all day, every day. For someone who tells other people that they're chronically online, actions speak louder than words, babe, and you are literally online all day, every day. Like, that can't be healthy. You should go touch some grass. And I don't mean weed, I mean like actual grass, but weed will probably help you too. Since there's so much, like my last video came out to like 40 plus minutes, I'm gonna split this one into two parts. It's still gonna be one video though. The victim and the harasser, because she is very much both, and she's not actually a victim. Let's just make that clear. She's not actually a victim, but she acts like she is. I'm going to show you her woe is me posts. The official part 2 of this expose on Jessi will be coming this weekend. I was just waiting on a couple people to send me their parts. I just got it a little while ago while I'm making this, so as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm going to start on the official part 2 to the expose, and it'll be out Sunday, I guess, because I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it by tomorrow, because it's already late on Friday, but definitely by Sunday. So look for that. That might have to be more than one part 2, because there's so much. But anyway, look forward to a few more videos on this, because it is quite a long tale. Anyway, let's get into this video.
This is a message from Jessi, also known as Dear What the Heck, aka Jessi Magoo. I'm a doxer. Make a fucking phone call. You got Morbid calling restaurants, but he's not gonna fucking call the police station. I end up lying about details or whatever, and that I think that my name might go in textbooks and stuff. I hope the next time you get an ice cold drink, one of the ice cubes is just a little bit too sharp and it cuts your throat. So one of my exes messaged me and he said, I see you fucked around on the internet again. I saw you got caught. And I was like, yes. But at least we can have a respectful conversation about that. You know, these people that troll me and attack me and everything, you would think that karma would come for them. Karma's always coming for me and I'm just fucking around. But what they're doing is actually evil and disturbing. Seriously. Anyway, like I said, it is what it is. You know, I'm taking things day by day. It fucking sucks that, you know, I'm dealing with all of this shit. For now, it's temporary, you know? Everything is just temporary.
Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about court in this video, but as I was making this video, I realized how much she actually talked about court. It's like a crap ton, like so much, honestly. So I'm going to make a separate video dedicated to just the things that she said about court and the judge and Gail and Emily, which are the court clerks, and her stalker, which is Case, even though she's the one who's stalking him, which is why he got the restraining order. How that doesn't process in her head is mind-boggling, but here we are. And she says, the justice system is so broken. 4 years? And people can just lie under oath and fabricate evidence and make false claims? My heart is so broken. My man says stop watching negative things. I am just intrigued by these cases, though. He is right. If you haven't watched my previous videos, like I said in the last one, it is very important to note that her man does not exist. It's a figment of her imagination. There is no man that she lives with. She lives at home with her parents. So if she says her man, she's talking about her dad, I guess, which is kind of creepy, but that's what she chooses to do, so whatever. Also, there is no 4 years of anything. I don't know what she's talking about. It's a 1-year restraining order, which the way she's going is definitely going to be extended, because she has not stopped. Every single day, she still continues to post and talk about him. She thinks that if she doesn't say his name directly, that she's all good. No, sweetie, that's not how it works. You've been violating it over and over and over again, and you will get charged with a felony and extradited to Tennessee. Send us a postcard. And Case did not make any false claims. I don't know what you're talking about. Just whatever. Let's move on to the next thing.
So I'm fucked because the judge never looked at my exhibits. Never fucking looked at my exhibits. All the proof. I can't fucking believe it.
All right, let's get one thing clear. It's not that the judge didn't look at what she said. The judge actually let her go on and on and on and on and on and ramble for a really long time. But anytime that he tried to say anything, which it's his courtroom, or Case tried to speak, she would interrupt. So she says that the judge kept muting her. Yes, the judge did mute her more than once because she wouldn't shut up, and the judge had to yell at her multiple times, do be quiet. Like, you're in court. Conduct yourself like a normal human being. And then she wonders why the order of protection got granted. Gee, I wonder why.
I fucking can't believe it. Never fucking harassed anyone, never fucking family members, nothing. But I can't talk about anything. I'm just fucking saying this. All the videos that I posted where I proved my defense and everything, and I posted screenshots and all of that, it was denied in court. Why? So I can't talk about anything.
Notice how many times she says she can't talk about it, but then continues on to talk about it.
Fucking forever gagged, can't say any details. I guess all I can say is that my exhibits were not shown, nothing was seen, and I made a fool of myself in court. The biggest fucking fool.
Here's a tip. The next time a judge tells you to be quiet, you should be quiet and stop speaking up and interrupting. And then maybe next time you won't make a fool out of yourself. Here are some woe is me posts where she's trying to paint herself as a victim, saying she's so sad because she's leaving her parents' house. One, didn't you say you already don't live with them? Which we know is a lie. We know you live with your parents. It's fine. And your mom was crying because their house was being doxxed by your stalker, and it's not fucking cool. Jessi, if Case was your stalker, why would he get a restraining order against you? Why would the judge give him a restraining order if he was the one stalking you? Do you realize how much sense that does not make? And, like, do you think the public is stupid? I mean, especially the people from the Gypverse that have been around that actually paid attention to you, because most people honestly didn't pay attention to you. But the ones that did saw you doing this for months. Like, for months, you can say, oh, it's only been 1 month. One, for any amount of time is too long, for one. And two, it's been multiple months, not just one, that you've been doing this. It's wild how you keep saying that Case is your stalker. You've been calling him your stalker for like over a week now or something? Girl, you are the stalker. You are officially labeled a stalker for the rest of time now. It's on your record. That's it. You're the stalker. Get over it. Try and change. How about that? How about you try and change? Crazy thought, I know. And oh yeah, Case didn't dox you or your address. Like, what are you talking about? First of all, you weren't doxed by anybody because you went by your name and picture for years online. And no one doxed your address either. And Case didn't do jack shit. So I don't know why you're saying that he did. It's weird. Like, trying to paint yourself as the victim so people feel bad for you. Has anyone taken the bait? Anyone? Because I haven't seen anyone fall for it except for Pete and Repeat, which a lot of people think that that's honestly you on another account, but who knows?
So invested in this Natalie Reynolds person, right? Now she's viral for several different things, but now she's been arrested for indecent exposure. She was apparently making a spicy video. Nothing that I ever fucking did ever got that far. Now listen, people call me a sex pest and everything.
Girl, what do you mean you've never gotten that far? You sent unsolicited nudes to countless amount of men, including but not limited to an underage child, a boy, a 14-year-old, and a known sex offender. Like, this guy is a very well-known sex offender, and she was actively sending him nudes and trying to get with him. That will have its own special part in an upcoming video. Don't worry, we're gonna get into that. And you're called a sex pest for a reason, because you're a fucking pest, and everything about you try to sexualize, and it's weird and creepy and gross. Like, ew, stop.
But it was all an act. You think I act like that in real life?
As opposed to what? Fake life? And yes, we do think you act like that in quote real life. In my last video, I played a sound clip of you telling about how you went to go pick up your car or something, and you had a Lolito moment. It's supposed to be Lolita since you're a girl, by the way, but you had a Lolita moment where you offered the guy, you know, sexual favors as payment. That was a story that came out of your own mouth. Do I believe it? No, I don't believe it for a second. But you did say it out loud. So,
You think I fucking act like that in real life? Okay. There was only one fucking time where I was getting my fucking car done, and this was, before I met my man, so I would never fucking disrespect my man like this. I mean, I already have him. If I fucking want to get my knees, I fucking will. Anyway, so
oh snap, this is the clip actually. All right, so let's play it just for funsies.
I was getting my car done, and they would just inspect it and all. And I go into the office, and I close the door, and he grabbed my credit card from me. I followed him into his office. He closed the door, and then I did a whole Lolito kind of scene, and I said, "Is there any other form of payment you take?" And he said, "I'm flattered, sweetheart, but I'm happily married." And he showed his finger, and I was like, "Oh, that hasn't really stopped me before, though." That's the only fucking time I've ever had like a very like sexual experience that's inappropriate. I don't give a fuck. So anyway, this Natalie Reynolds person, I'm just watching videos and movies and TV shows, anything that will make me feel better. All these horrible fucking people, and then you have me, who's not really a fucking horrible person. I'm just misunderstood, and now slowly becoming and morphing into the villain. But isn't that the story you always wanted me to write? I mean, come on. We're both sharing pens here. You're fucking lying. I lied. We all lied.
No, Jessi, you're the only one who lied. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask, this is a little off topic, but why did you make yourself into Becca Scoops? Like, could you think of nothing else? You had to copy her? Awkward.
And now it's just fucking turmoil, spinning, spiraling, snowballing, whatever you want to fucking call it. You know what's fucking wild? Just mentioning fucking Chris Hansen in my court documents. Now that's wild shit. I thought it was wild talking about fucking Christy Blanchard and all of that. Like, I was like, oh my God, what the fuck in the howdy-do is this? And then once the Chris Hansen stuff came out and I had to pour that into my documents, I was like, this is nuts. Like, this is a nut house.
All right, I think it's pretty safe to say that she has no idea who she is. She copied Becca's picture, she copies Exposing's accent, and there's like a lot of ways that she is like just like Gypsy. It's actually kind of freaky. We figured out like a list of ways. We realize more and more each day too. I think I'm gonna make a whole video also on the similarities between her and Gypsy. And also she seems to have flipped because she's been defending Gypsy a lot lately. Flip-floppers are the worst, especially when it's not for like a valid reason. She's just mad and like throwing a tantrum. So that's not even like a good reason. She just thinks that Gypsy is misunderstood because she is misunderstood, and they're both infamous. Those are her own words because she's delusional. You're not infamous, girl. People just figured you out. You're not infamous. You're not that popular. Nobody fucking likes you. What? All right, so the next clip is one of Laura Owens. And remember, when she talks about the Laura Owens case, she's actually talking about her case with case studies and herself. I guess, I don't know, she thinks she's actually fooling people, but she's not. And the forced accent, oh, it's so bad, girl. It's so bad. Like, you're from New York. How do you sound that bad doing a New York accent when you're from New York? What is that?
Laura has accused people of being her stalkers when they made AI memes of her and songs. She actually cried about it, said that she was fearing for her life, all because of these songs and these fucking videos, just people's opinions. And she could block, ignore. It's so fucking simple. Just block somebody. If they're fucking attacking you in a video and you don't fucking like it and they're making fun of you and they're making fun of your nose and your eyes and your ears or whatever, just fucking block them. That's not only the mature thing to do, that's just common fucking sense.
I just like to point out that common sense would also be if someone gets an order of protection on you to not keep talking about them and harassing their ever waking moment and not trying to appeal it because you're appealing it. Like I said in the last video, you're basically making it sound like, please let me harass this man. Please, I didn't get to harass him and his family enough. Please let me continue to harass him. That's what it looks like. Like, I don't know if that's what's going on in your head, but that's how it looks to the outside world. It's fucking weird. And a couple of people actually made a really good point to me. If this was reversed, like let's say it was roles reversed and she got the order on Case because Case was doing all of these crazy things to her. Like basically if Jessi was a male, basically, let's say Jessi was a man, people would be up like in an uproar about this. Like I am pleasantly surprised to see that nobody has fallen for Jessi's I'm such a sweet little girl act because I mean, give me a fucking break. She's anything but sweet. Anything but sweet. But like if this was a man doing all the shit Jessi is doing, people would be outraged. I mean people are like upset about it, but I'm just saying it would be so much bigger of a deal if the roles were reversed. And I think that that's important to think about. Let me know like in the comments what you think. If you think it'll be a bigger deal if roles were reversed, because I personally do.
You know, the thing about Laura, she was subjected to online critics, right? And she was subjected to online humiliation. You know, they say like public humiliation or public shaming is the only way to help, some people may say. Well, people were just telling her, why don't you just ignore it and block it? But she was feeding onto the energy because for some reason she was devoted into self-humiliation so she could ultimately be the victim. Now that might fucking sound familiar in other cases, but just wanted to say, talking about Laura's case, you could even look this stuff up. Laura versus Clayton, where Laura's the petitioner and Clayton, the man, is the petitionee, and he is served with a TPO. So you can watch the court cases and all of that, and I'll be telling more stories because I think a lot of this case is very familiar.
Jessi, honestly, you've passed lol cow status. You are at pathetic now. You have officially reached pathetic level, and that's just sad, girl. That is just sad. You really think people don't know that you're actually talking about yourself and Case? You think the court won't know that? Because they do know that. Like I said, when you get to Tennessee, send me a postcard. I've never been there before. I would love to get one of those scenic postcards so I could like have a picture, you know what I'm talking about? Keep me in mind. Thanks.
It is beyond frustrating that people are saying I'm a doxer without proof.
She has said this like multiple times a day for like the last week or two. I did show proof that you dox people. I did like a whole 3-minute video about it. Like, let me know in the comments. Do you think that she didn't see it, or because I know that's definitely not an option. She definitely saw it. Okay, so do you think that it doesn't like register in her head, or she's just continuing to lie, like in saying that it's not proof when there was clear proof of her doxing, and I didn't even put everything there because it had to fit in 3 minutes and it was gonna go well over 3 minutes. I didn't even include the time that she doxed Case and his family. I didn't put any of those in, and there's a lot there, and there's a lot more doxes I didn't include either. And how many times have you doxed exposing in the last few days, too? You just keep adding to the list. There is proof. If I have to, I'll make a whole fucking video about it to just shut you up because you did dox people, you fucking weirdo.
And it's always been like this. People talk on their panels and don't show proof or evidence of anything. And it's just frustrating because I'm the one who comes with receipts. I always fucking show screenshots and recordings and, you know, and then that's what gets me in trouble because people are like, well, you're showing DMs. Yeah, but I have to prove what they're saying is they're lying to their audience. You're a real class act, Toddy. You know, it's wild because, like, I'm not going to talk about anything moving forward because it's just only going to hurt my case. But I've never doxed anyone and there's no proof of it. So if something is fabricated through ChatGPT or whatever, Gemini or something, it just sucks because then this is going to open up a whole Supreme Court case.
I can't with this. Like, she's like, woe is me. I'm such a victim. People are calling me a doxer, and I'm not a doxer. Yeah, you fucking are. And please learn how things work before you open it in your mouth and embarrass yourself more. This is never going to make it to the Supreme Court, Jessi. I'm sorry, but you're just not that important. I know in your head you're like this infamous person. You're like on the level of Gypsy Rose in your head, but you're not. You're not even close. Not even close. Not even. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway. So when you appeal it, Jessi, it's going to go to an appeals court. There won't be a jury. I know you keep saying that it's going to be, you're going to be doing this for years and it's going to be in front of a jury and you're going to be so busy and blah, blah, blah. And you say that you already talked to officers and lawyers. That's clearly a lie because they would have told you that there is no jury. If it goes to the appeals court, it will go in front of another judge who will determine if the original judge made the right decision or not based on the facts and evidence. And then if you appeal it again after that, it'll probably just get turned down. Do some cases end up in front of the Supreme Court? Yeah, of course, but you will not be one of them, Jessica.
About people who can just make ChatGPT shit and then people will just believe it. It's going to fucking open the world. I think that my name might go in textbooks and stuff.
I just wanted to jump in here really quick because she just said that someone could make all this up on ChatGPT. And yeah, I guess technically that's true. Just like you, Jessi, made all those fake emails from like Trixie to Christy, and like there was some from the FBI and to Christy and Trixie, and all these weird emails that you made that exposing and I told you was a really bad idea because you thought it was funny and trolling, but we told you some people are going to think those are real, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, people can make up fake stuff with ChatGPT just like you did, right? Except that's not the case here. People aren't crazy like you making up fake things like that. The evidence provided here is actually legitimate. No one had to fake anything. But yeah, just wanted to point that out.
I just want to know why no one is calling the police and asking questions. Make a fucking phone call. You got Morbid calling restaurants, but he's not going to fucking call the police station. And you have my docs. You have all my information. You have where my parents live. So you know everything. You know. And no one's asking questions. No one's diving into things because they just want a fucking show.
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't with this girl. First she's like saying, oh, you dox me, and now she wants people to dig in further. Like, you gotta make up your mind on which way you want this to go. So since you kept saying to look into Corey Lush, and you'll see that he has a bunch of sexual allegation reports against him, I did. I looked into it, and he doesn't have any sexual allegations against him, not even a single arrest on his record in the state of New York. So I don't know what you're talking about. If you have proof otherwise, then why don't you show it? Because I looked and I didn't come up with anything, and I know the right places to look. So if you have some magic place that's going to show something different, then why don't you prove it? Okay? The burden of proof falls on you because you're the one claiming it. That's how it works.
And of course, there's some people who believe that it actually happened to me, but then, you know, I end up lying about details or whatever. And that, what sucks is that no one fucking cares. And they just are calling me this fucking monster and everything. And what sucks, my parents don't fucking care or know, really. They really don't care about Chris Hansen. I keep saying, well, he's on national TV, blah, 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 all of this. And then they're like, who fucking cares? We don't watch that stuff. No one in the family, no one in real life actually watches it.
That's weird because remember, like a week ago, you said that the people in your real life and your family support you through the whole thing and they believe you. Now it's the opposite. Yeah, you can't keep your lies straight.
It's all these people online. It's unhealthy behavior. And it just sucks because I think it's because I like grew up watching Chris Hansen. And so like it's very traumatic for me. Because, you know, it just fucking sucks.
I think that's what it is. I think, because I'm thinking about it, like if Alex Johnson, who I grew up also loving, if she said that to me, I would be traumatized too. But if a Joe fucking Schmo, Wes Most fucking saying things, I did not give a fuck when Wes was saying that. But it's Chris Hansen, like I grew up watching him after school. And then in my 20s, I got like into the community and everything. So I think that's really why it's affecting me more than everyone wants it to or expects it to. Like people are saying, no one cares. No one cares about Chris Hansen. And I'm like, I do. I fucking do. So whatever. I'm just going to keep going to therapy, keep praying, and just hoping that I have healing and, and I just say prayers and just hope that things work out. And everything's supposed to be happening for a reason, but it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't fucking seem that way.
I genuinely hope that you do go to therapy. Like, this is not being funny or anything. I genuinely hope you go to therapy and work out the issues and hopefully stop lying in the future, because it's getting you nowhere. You just keep getting trapped in your lies, and then no one's going to take you seriously. One day you're going to tell the truth about someone and no one's going to believe you, because you're going to be the boy who cried wolf or the girl who cried wolf in this situation.
People want me to die. I'm getting all these death wishes and everything. And, years ago, people were saying, you're not getting death wishes, show them. And everyone fucking deleted everything. Like, deleted their comments, deleted their side of the messages, and it sucks. Because this was happening on Instagram, right? So I was getting death wishes. And then people were just fucking deleting it. I didn't screenshot anything, which now I'll bet I'm fucking screenshotting everything.
Okay, great. So you said that you're getting death threats now, which I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen anyone say that to you, but if you say it, then okay. And in the past, people deleted it so you didn't have proof. And now you're holding on to everything and screenshotting everything. So if that's true, like I said earlier, why don't you just post the proof so that people believe you? I don't want you to get death threats. I don't want you to be dead. That's awful. Of course I wouldn't want that. I don't think anyone I know wants that either. But you have to understand why it's hard to believe you, because you are officially the girl who cried wolf when it comes to everything, unfortunately. And it kind of just seems like you're, trying to make yourself the victim. You put yourself in this situation with your own actions. Even if somebody gave you a name, let's say that's true, you still did the actions yourself. The other person giving you a name doesn't change your own actions that got you here. So you're just like trying to flip it so that you're the victim, and I'm sorry, you're just not the victim in this situation. That's why the restraining order was taken out on you and not the other way around.
And the police have seen it all. It sucks because I told them, like, I'm infamous, so unfortunately with that, people want to harass me.
Okay, fantastic. The police have it. I'm so happy to hear that, because if you're actually getting death threats, you should do something about that, Jessi. So maybe you could share it with the rest of us too. You probably won't, but you probably didn't even go to the police because there's nothing to share with them, but what do I know? But I do genuinely hope that you're not getting death threats, because that's really fucked up.
And since I'm on the roll, let me just say this, babes. I have never had a restraining order on me. This is the first one. So when my stalker is lying to people...
You don't have a stalker in this situation. You are the stalker.
Just know that in the court transcript, which hopefully you guys will see someday, he says that there is no prior history. So he's telling his audience one thing, telling the courts another. I mean, he's literally fucking lying on both sides. We were there. Weren't you there? I mean, I'm pretty sure people were watching my videos. Best believe these court transcripts need to come out, because you guys will be like, wait a minute. Then why did he say X, Y, and Z? I can't wait. Anyway, I'm allowed to talk about this. I just cannot talk about the individuals that I have, on my restraining order. But I can talk about this. It's just not in your best interest, according to lawyers and all of that. So
What's the name of the lawyer that you went to? What's the firm's name? I'd like to write it down so I never go to them, because if they're letting you go about and talk about this, I would never want to go to them ever. And people should know to stay away from them too. And you are violating the restraining order every single time you go live and talk about this. I don't know why you think you're not, but sadly, you're going to find out the hard way.
Anyway, people got to know that there was no contact. It was all about videos. Imagine making videos about someone and then instead of blocking and just moving on, they take you to court and say that you've been trying to contact them for months.
Jessi, first of all, it was months. Second of all, you doxed him, his wife, his kid, and you're saying that he is a PDF file and a predator when he has a kid at home, and none of that is true. You can't just go around saying things like that and expect that he's not going to be okay with it and just block and move on like you keep saying. Of course he's not going to be okay with it. Of course he wants you to stop. Like, are you really surprised that you got a restraining order? He told you, and then you kept doing it anyway. So then you fucked around and you found the fuck out.
Your fucking family and shit. The hell you? That's not true. Anyway, yeah, so tomorrow I officially sign the document and have it notarized, all of that, so then it will be official. But yeah, I mean, I will continue to talk about this and speak the truth. No one's going to shut me up, because let me just tell you, once you see the court transcripts, you'll be like, what the fuck? This is an evil fucking person who is lying to the courts, lying on YouTube and telling different stories. And the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? But it's not being said in the courts nor on YouTube. It's just existing. So,
Well, Jessica, I already do know the truth. I know what happened in court, and I know that you're full of shit. But since it's so important to you, we'll get the transcripts from court. We'll do that. That's not a problem. We can do that. And we can see how you kept interrupting and how you were just talking bullshit out of your ass. The judge let you go on for a really long time before he was like, all right, that's enough, because you were being ridiculous. So we'll get those transcripts, no worries, and we'll be sure to get the body cam footage of you being extradited to Tennessee also, because I'm sure people will be interested in that as well. Bada bing, bada boom.
I was trolled again. And this person, they were trying to get information not only on me, but the other partner, the petitioner. And I don't think people realize how deep this goes. There's forever going to be people that want information on us. There's forever going to be information that falsely accuse us of things. And that's just fucking how it is. I mean, it is wild. To the point where someone made a name of his son. I did not know until I received the court documents, and I said, oh my God, someone knows the name of his son and is making a fake profile and messaging people.
And we're really supposed to believe that that wasn't you? Keep trying to make yourself a victim, Jessi. It's not working.
That's sick. And people have done the same thing to me, but only people have done things looking into my past on MySpace, and then recreating these names and messaging me. One time, I messaged my high school friend that I still talk to now, and I said that there are people on my YouTube pretending to be you, right? Or you're not actually in my live stream, like they gathered this information, that's what they're doing. People are fucking sick, and I hope that this court case fucking shows proof that there are fucking sick trolls on the internet that are doing this fucking bullshit.
You are the sick person on the internet doing this fucking bullshit.
I don't know how far it extends. I really don't. But it's sick. I was wrong. And people are wrong about me. Of course, they're not gonna fucking see that. I was a fucking weirdo. Call me a fucking weirdo. Oh my God, I was making such weird content. But I'm not some monster that people think I am.
Then prove it and tell the truth and stop lying about literally everything.
You know what's kind of crazy? I was just thinking about how my stalker said, well, you don't even have a following. As if I'm gaining a following overnight. I mean, on TikTok, I have quite a bit of a following, mainly because of other content that I've created. But, you know, people love to hear me talk.
Weird. Then why are you lucky to get past 5 people in your lives? Most of the time, it's usually 0 when you're talking to yourself.
And some people, they'll tune in and listen to me talk about anything. So if I want to talk about Gypsy, I'll talk about Gypsy. If I want to talk about, I don't know, snacks, I'll talk about snacks. Because I can talk about anything I want. Because it's my channel. And I have free reign. And if you stick around, well, eventually you'll just be making me money.
Here's something you gotta know about Jessi. She's good at playing the victim. Actually, she's not that good at it, but she tries. But she's even better at playing the villain. Like, you see this whole thing like she's doing right now. Like, I can talk about anything in that like weird voice. Yeah, Jessi, you can talk about anything except Case, his family, and what's going on with that court case. You can talk about anything. Of course you can. It is your channel. But like, she gets pleasure out of like being a troll, basically. Like, she gets joy out of thinking that she's bothering people, and like, it just shows what a sick, twisted person she really is. And there's more clips like this. Don't worry, if I don't put them in this video, then they'll be in the next one, because there are so many clips where she's like actively trying to be evil, and it's just fucking weird. Like, girl, you really need help, like psychiatric help stat.
That's right, bitch.
Need I say more? Like, seriously, do I need to say more? Like, how fucking ridiculous was that? She's like an evil witch's cackle, and she thinks that she's funny. Like, yeah, I'm laughing at her, not with her. Like, she's just fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh my. So stupid. You really need help, girl. You need help. You are so far gone. Oh my god. Here's a screenshot from like years ago. She says, another day waking up famous. So this just shows like this is like an ongoing thing with her. Like, she really thinks that she's famous and infamous. Like, girl, get help. Tell the narrative, twist my soul. Oh my god. And see, she can't really make up her mind, so then she goes back to being the victim. I just want to die. Lying under oath is insanity. He didn't lie under oath. Did you? I mean, I guess we'll find out when we get those papers. But yeah, you're not the victim here, Jessica. You're just not the victim. Stop. It's weird.
This is what I believe. If a judge is not going to look at evidence, there has to be some kind of fucking reason. Either they're not good at what they do, or they're fucking a family member or related to the individual. Because how in the ever-living fuck are you not going to look at evidence when it's right fucking there in front of you? Let's say I say, oh, I said my favorite fruit is a banana. And I have a message of me saying my favorite fruit is a banana. He didn't even look at that. So either they need to get a newer judge or what, but fucking mind blown.
Once again, trying to paint herself as the victim while also insulting the judge and insinuating that like the judge was in on it and like no is a family member of Case or something, and it was rigged. And she's so paranoid that for a while she was also saying that TikTok was against her, and TikTok was like deleting her messages with evidence or something and unblocking people. So the judge, the court, and TikTok are all against her. Now tell me this girl is well, because she's definitely not. She's unwell, and I genuinely hope that she gets the help that she clearly desperately needs. And then yet again, trying to make herself the victim and saying that the court was wrong and there was perjury. She says, someone download the video for me, please. I am begging. This is proof of perjury. This is my life. Please, someone help me. Dear what the heck, Gmail. Help. I can't give details, but what was said in court is not what is being said on YouTube. Talking about Laura Owens, of course. Someone please help me. No one has my back, and this is wild. Laura is a liar. So again, every time she's talking about Laura Owens, she's actually talking about case studies and her case. So she's saying that case is lying. Jessi, even if you don't say his name, talking about him in the third degree is still talking about him and violating the order of protection. I hope you understand that, because I don't think you do.
People compare me to a lot of things, but the one that hits closest is Amanda Knox. Not because our stories are the same, but because of what happens when the world decides you're guilty before you even ever step into a courtroom. When Amanda Knox was on trial, the evidence against her was thin, yet she was called a liar, a manipulator, a murderer, because her interviews seemed inconsistent, because her reactions didn't line up with what the media decided an innocent person should look like. I've watched those clips myself, and honestly, even I doubted her at times. The contradictions, the way she came across, this stuck in my mind. But years later, looking at my own situation, I finally understand. Sometimes what the public sees isn't the truth. It's just the performance they've chosen to believe. And that's what's happening to me. People point at contradictions in my own words, my posts, my reactions. They don't see the context, the stress, or how things get chopped up and replayed until even I start to doubt myself. They don't see trauma responses or the panic of trying to explain something under pressure. They see this inconsistency, and inconsistency becomes guilt. Amanda Knox has said that once the media paints you as a villain, everything you do gets filtered through that lens. If you smile, it's cold. If you cry, it's fake. If you stay silent, it's suspicious. I live in that same loop now. People don't hear my words, they hear the version of me that already exists in their minds. I thought Amanda Knox looked guilty once, and now I know exactly how it feels to be her.
So yet again, she's going for sympathy. She's the victim. She was done wrong. She's the one lying. But since people call her out on her lies, like, we're supposed to feel bad for her because people realize that she was lying. And obviously, when she's talking about Amanda Knox, she's actually talking about herself, just like when she's talking about Laura Owen, she's talking about Case and herself. And she's also compared herself to Monica Lewinsky also. That's a random one, but that's another one she went for. And there was one or two other people that I can't remember now, but she's been comparing herself to a lot of controversial people. And it's kind of weird. Like, you're not whatever. It's just weird.
I want to offer a hug to Chris Hansen, and not just a hug, I forgive you, and let's move along. You know how Amanda Knox addressed her prosecutor? I want the same thing, but I want more of a hug and let it go. So this is my offer to him.
So that voice clip was for Chris Hansen. I don't know, I guess whatever. But then she also posted this, "Kiss my ass," where, yeah, she's completely naked from head to toe. I obviously blurted out, "This is not normal behavior, Jessica. This is not normal. You really need help." And yes, this was on her TikTok story, I think, like, just for the world to see, for anyone to see it. My God. Then a community post on YouTube with more lies, going for sympathy. There were a lot of these, but this one says, "I really just want to be left alone. I was a minor and I was served alcohol and assaulted. I exaggerated a story before I received mental health treatment for my trauma. It is a fact this man took his life after confronting himself about assaulting women." It should be woman, like with an E, like plural, but okay. "The New York police say so. You can call them yourselves. They do not say so. That is not true. I lied about the police story and it snowballed, and I kept lying and I was caught up in it. That doesn't change the fact of what happened to me when I was a minor. I have moved on with my life and I am not responding to people talking about my past. I apologize for lying about the police chase," she spelled chase wrong, "and showdown. That does not change the fact I was assaulted and you are making entertainment out of people's trauma. Hashtag justice for Gypsy Rose Blanchard." What Gypsy has to do with this post, I have no fucking idea, but lately she's been comparing herself to Gypsy and saying that they're both infamous and they're both misunderstood and people lie about the both of them because she's completely lost it and is delusional and crazy, obviously. I mean, do I even have to comment on this? Like, she didn't lie about one part of it. She lied about the whole fucking thing. I did look into him, and there's no articles, there's no arrest records, there's nothing on him that says that he did anything to any girl or woman, to anyone. So that's really sick of her to say about someone who's dead and can't even defend himself. That's really fucked up, Jessi. That's beyond fucked up. You really need to stop doing that. It's not funny. It's not cute. Like, I know you're enjoying being the villain, but no, you really gotta fucking stop. You're fucking sick and you, like, really need fucking help. You really do. Oh yeah, she even made an obituary for herself. I'm not going to read that. You can pause to read it if you want, because she's really going for the sympathy. Just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I just want to make a quick statement. The Gypsy Rose community is not only toxic, but these people go real life, and it is quite disturbing. There is a woman, I'm not going to say her name because that's exactly what she wants. She has been doing very disturbing things to the point where I am going to be trying to get her either locked up or in a mental facility, because it's more than just online drama. She went real life, and police are aware of this, law enforcement. So all I'm going to do is just make sure that I protect myself, my man, my family, and most importantly, Penny. Well, of course, she's not most importantly, but this person is extremely unwell, and we know that she talks about her schizophrenia and being in and out of mental hospitals, and I know that's not my business to say, and that seems like I'm being a bitch, but I just want to I just want you guys to know that this person is actually going real life, needs to touch grass, and it's actually harassment. I've never harassed someone in real life. I never contacted family. This person lied in court to get a protective order because the judge said, well, you guys don't know each other. You're states away. Just leave each other alone. And that's when he said, well, she's contacting my family just to get the restraining order. Anyway, so hopefully I'll go through my appeal process and, things will eventually work out. I'm hoping. But I've never been real life with someone, and that's what they're doing to me. And unfortunately, there's going to be consequences, and the people could just leave me alone. I never fucking did anything. People are accusing me of doing horrific things that I never fucking did, all because I had a mental breakdown years ago. And that's common for people who are rape victims. It just fucking sucks. And now I'm dealing with that. Look, luckily I'm a healed person because of what I went through. You're never truly healed from that kind of trauma. However, I'm healed in a way where what people are saying isn't bothering me anymore. It isn't, because we know my truth. I told my parents what happened. I told my family, friends in real life that I grew up with, everyone that knows. And I'm saying, I tell them the story that they don't believe that this happened. Meanwhile, they weren't there. We were all there. They don't do their due diligence as journalists or online journalists, armchair specialists, armchair investigators, whatever they call them online, and calling the police. Still to this day, I've been in contact with law enforcement, and they say that they have received no calls from Chris Hansen's producers, no calls from anyone online asking for any information, because these people just want a show. It's sick.
Once again, she's going for sympathy, and she's so bad at telling lies that she made it seem like she was just talking about one person, but she was talking about two different people. Because she keeps going around saying that she was swatted the other day and that someone went real life on her. And I know exactly who she's talking about. And that person did not do anything. That person did not call anyone and go real life. That is not true. That is a blatant lie. If they did, then why don't you call the police, record the conversation. It's a state where it's a one-party consent, so you can record it and you won't get in trouble. And why don't you prove it? Because I already know for a fact that it's a lie, because I know that person and they didn't do that. And then you go on to say that they got a restraining order on you. That person didn't get a restraining order on you. Those are two different people. You know that, right? Like, does your brain comprehend, or do you just lie so much that you start to believe your lies? Like, it's wild. Like, what goes on in your head? Seriously, tell me in the comments. Do you guys think she believes her lies, or like what? I don't know. It's just, it blows my mind. But yeah, you didn't get swatted. Nobody went real life on you. That didn't happen. And for like the fifth time, maybe, I did look into Corey Lush. I did. And there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So why do you keep saying that? There's nothing there to find. Stop lying about a man who is dead, who killed himself. That is sick. You are sick. Stop it. More Jessi victimhood. People think this is a joke. What is happening is very sick. I definitely agree with that. I have taken accountability. Now I have people commenting on music videos and platforms saying my last name and Magoo. Okay, first of all, you put out your own last name. You did that. You did that when you showed your mail, and you were in a live where you said your full name, your full first and last name. I have it. So you put out your own name, and I doubt anyone did that anyway. You are so jealous. Rather than learn to play instruments, you rely on AI. I can make both. Also, I can't wait for my video with 716K to 1 mil. What? I know you think my guitar skills is sexy. I mean, are sexy. I bet you are all like, oh, she is really good. We can't clown her on this. The delusion is real. I don't even know what the hell she's saying, but she's trying to say that people like commented on things, making herself the victim yet again, and that didn't happen. Where's the proof, Jessi? Where's the proof? I never saw it anywhere. You can say it, but where's the proof? You always say that you provide proof and no one else does. For all of the things I have called you out on so far, I have yet to see any proof for any of it.
Can you believe that I have a 1-year order because I made videos? Because I fucking made videos. And they fucking told court that I was contacting them and their family, and they lied. They lied. You can't, and first of all, I'm blocked, they're blocked, right? We both blocked each other. So how in the fuck did I message this person? This is why I appealed the case. And I'm allowed to talk about this. I looked at the order. I looked all over the order. It says nothing about speaking the truth. It just says that I can't talk about him or contact, which I've never done and never wanted to do. Fucking damn it. He's the one who wanted to do live streams with me, and I said no. And he told court that's never happened. They're gonna fucking see it. They're gonna see it because I have the screenshot in the exhibit, but the judge didn't want to see it for some reason. But it was literally him tagging me saying to do a live stream, and he says that never happened. Like, what in the actual fuckery? But anyway, so I guess I got a 1-year order on me. Best believe I'm going to be talking about this in 1 year, and I'm going to be showing all the proof, and people will know that this person goes to court and lies under oath.
All right, Jessi, so the moment the restraining order is up, you're already going to start harassing the man again? Do you realize how bad that sounds? You're already trying to appeal it so you can start harassing him now, but if that doesn't work, then you're definitely going to start again in a year. Like, all you're doing is making sure that it gets extended to be even longer. Hello?
You know, people want me dead. They might as well say, just do it.
Okay, so the other day she was posting all sorts of things, like making it sound like she was gonna like kill herself that night. The next day it was like as if none of that had happened, but this was one of the things that she posted. I don't know of anyone telling her to do that. Once again, where's the proof that that happened? Because I didn't see that anywhere. I don't know of anyone doing that. I mean, I don't believe that anyone did that. I hope no one did that because that's really messed up. Nobody wants that to happen at all. But this is just more evidence of her trying to make herself the victim and not taking accountability for her own actions that got her into this place in the first place. I just wanted to show some of her delusion. So yeah, she made a cameo because she really believes that she's infamous. And here is her talking about it.
Have you ever wanted to ask me a question, but you did not see that your DM was being read or seen? Well, for only $15, you can ask me anything, and I will most likely answer. Kind of depends on the question, you know. But for only $15. And if you really, really wanted me to answer that question, expedite it for $30. That's right, folks. I am now on Cameo, known as the girl from Chris Hansen's show. So, you have any questions for me?
She has since lowered it to $5. Alright, so I know this video I said was going to be in 2 parts, and it was supposed to end with her attacking people, but I think I'm already at the hour mark now. So, you know how my last video, I told you when I put all the stuff that she posted in, it was over an hour before I added in my own talking about it. This time, it was over 3 hours. Yes, over 3 hours before I added in myself talking about what was going on. So, I've been working on this for a long time. And I just can't do this video anymore. So her attacking other people will be a separate video. I mean, she's attacked me. Now she's going after exposing Hello Starlight, Toddy, CJ. Those were her friends, mind you, for a while. And I guess that doesn't matter if you were once her friend. That does not matter, apparently. Keish, I mean, I don't know. There's Chris Hansen, Wes, she's trying to go after. I'm sure I'm leaving people out, but it'll probably be another hour-long video because there's so much. And yeah, and Wes sent me his part of the official part 2 of the expose. So I'm going to start working on that right after this. So that will finally be out very soon. I hope you guys are excited, because I am, because it's been a long time coming. I wish it could have came sooner, but it is what it is. It's coming anyway. All right, so like, comment, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about this craziness. I guess I'm gonna do a separate video for all the court stuff, like I said, for her attacking people, and for I just blanked. What was the other one? Yeah, there's something else. It slipped my mind right now, but it's something else. There's going to be many more videos on this, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Like I already said, like, comment, subscribe. If you're silly enough to not be subscribed already, then fix that, please. And I'm going to leave you on a voice note that Jessi did. Oh my god, I just got a message about her. She's messaging someone. That's really weird to message that person, but anyway, I guess that'll be something else to talk about in the future. So yeah, this next sound clip is her, and then the video is over. Love you. Bye.
Fucking know that when people do the whole thing with it is all for entertainment purposes, that you could actually be sued if you don't see that if it's all for entertainment purposes.
I truly did not know. I was not aware, I promise. I'm like thrown off guard. But I guess that's why all these YouTube channels actually state entertainment purposes.
You know, my life has always been wicked, wild, and weird. I just take it as it is, you know? Because it is what it is.